Welcome to Wechsler Consulting Cloud News. This is a new information format where we're going to talk about the newest developments in cloud and digital transformation. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Azure Lighthouse, which is a new cross-tenant subscription and resource management tool for cloud service providers as well as their customers. And in addition, we're going to talk about Azure Sphere, which is a groundbreaking new technology offering by Microsoft that enables developers to offload the security and connectivity burden you normally have to shoulder doing an IoT project. Interested? Let's jump right in. Let's start with Azure Lighthouse. Azure Lighthouse is a new cross-tenant management tool for cloud service providers and customers. Both parties in this usage scenario are able to use the tool, the providers from their side and as well the customers from their perspective. It's much more granular than the existing administer on behalf of approach, where a customer could allow the administrator of a cloud service provider, for example, to execute complete management capabilities on a complete subscription. Azure Lighthouse allows you to do delegated resource management on subscription and resource group level, and this is of course much more secure than giving away control over subscription. Cloud service providers are also able to display offers to customers, and they can do this in a private fashion to dedicated customers or open publicly to all of their customers. An interesting fact to note is that Azure Lighthouse can also be used in enterprise context. So if an enterprise customer has a lot of different subscriptions distributed over several tenants, they are also able to use Lighthouse as their management tool. So how does it look like? Well, Azure Lighthouse is one of the services available in your Azure portal. So I'm right here in my Azure portal. Of course, I don't have a lot of tenants, but I'm going to show you the features which are available. On the one hand side, you have the CSP, the Cloud Service Provider view, where you're able to manage your customers. You have an overview view, you see dedicated customer entries, and you are also able to see the delegations your customers have configured for you. From the other side, from the customer side, there's also a similar view which gives you at first the overview of your partners you've allowed to administer in your tenants. Then you have a pane for seeing new offers from your service providers, and you see the dedicated delegations you have made per service provider, which gives you a new level and granularity of control. So what are the benefits? As you've seen, you can do delegated resource management in Azure Lighthouse. You can have restricted access to a customer subscription without data leaving the subscription. For example, if you have access to monitoring data, you can have public and private CSP offerings, which means that CSPs are able to test a new offering, for example, with a limited number of customers before going public. UI, as we've seen, includes provider as well as customer view, which pretty good enables manageability on both sides. Providers have the ability to run their automation tasks in their own provider subscription, which is of course a means of IP protection for their automation processes. The billing infrastructure, if you have a new offering, for example, as a CSP, is not included, and that means that the complete billing and purchasing process needs to be handled externally and cannot be handled in the Azure portal. Our next topic is Azure Sphere, and Azure Sphere is not just a simple Azure service, it's a complete IoT end-to-end security solution. And as you can see here, it consists of a secured hardware chip, and on this chip we also have the connectivity required to connect to the cloud. Then we've got an operating system, and this operating system is a Linux system. Also, the end customer will not have direct access to this system. If you as a developer creating applications, you need to rely on the Microsoft provided SDK. The operating system is programmable in C. You can write containerized apps, and you can also write real-time apps, which means those apps will not be containerized. They have direct hardware access to be as fast as possible. And that's a really interesting thing for embedded developers. To get the picture complete, there's also a cloud security service which is offering security patches from the OS perspective as well as application updates from the developer perspective. And this is a real interesting solution which could become a game changer, because Azure Sphere is available for new devices, which means you can have that security chip on board of a new product you're creating. You're also able to equip already existing devices with the so-called Azure Sphere External Edge Gateway, or Guardian module as it is called, which is an external device providing connectivity and protection for the cloud. Looking at the pricing, there's a one-time fee for 10 years of updates, and you're paying this fee when you're buying the device. There are several development boards available from different vendors, and there's also one Guardian module available from the vendor AVNET, which can be used in brownfield to equip already existing devices with secure cloud connectivity. There's a new update released now, so the product is maturing, and it really is interesting from its technological capabilities. Therefore, it could be at least a small game changer for the Internet of Things market. The benefits of Azure Sphere are that it resembles a complete security and connectivity solution for small or IoT devices. It takes the protection burden off of the back of developers, and that's really a huge relief because it takes care on secure connectivity and data encryption. It's quite flexible because you can have it as an onboard solution for new products, as well as the external option for brownfield devices, as I've shown to you. From an application perspective, it's interesting that you also can have secure containerized applications running on Azure Sphere to really make sure that the application itself it's secure. And at the same time, which is from time to time quite important on embedded devices, you can also have real-time applications which guarantee a certain time of response back to a caller. There are not many drawbacks. One I would say is that only the C language is supported, which is not a major drawback for many embedded developers because C is quite a common language in the embedded space. And the second one, if you're really trying to find some drawbacks, the Guardian modules come at a price which is not suited for small devices. So if you want to protect just a simple temperature sensor from the price point of a Guardian module, it doesn't make sense to protect this sensor with Azure Sphere. But on the other hand, Azure Sphere is really helping you to secure a device, which can be worth a lot more than the current costs of the combined solution. That's it for today's episode. I hope you liked it. If there are any questions, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.